District Sports Report. DC, District Sports Report. DC, where them hustlers and them G's be. DC, in this game, the stakes is high. District Sports Report. District Sports Report.
What's going on, DC family? This is Gregory Henderson coming at you, District Sports Report. Got an exciting show for you today. I'm here with Max Bartoli, Romone Penny, who are both embarking on a very exciting partnership. So Max Bartoli is the executive officer and co-founder of a sport called FXC, called Fireball Extreme Challenge. And Romone Penny, you all know him, founder of Pursuit Sports Group, big financial literacy institution working with athletes, students, nationwide and internationally. This partnership is huge. They are literally going to change the sports world. There's a new sport, it may be new to you, but it's been growing and growing internationally. Started out in Europe, specifically Italy, but it's starting to embark on both more states internationally and even talking about coming into the States. Max, tell me a little bit how the program started and what are the big plans?
Yeah, I mean, the program started, first of all, Greg, thanks for having me here. The program started in 1994 from an idea of my best friend Roberto Ciccoli and I. We needed an exercise, we practiced martial arts for 40 years, and we needed back then an exercise to develop stamina and explosiveness. Okay. And so the first thing that came to our mind was, okay, we need to do something like the US Dream Team in 1992 when they won Barcelona, but without the hoops.
Right.
So that is how, where the seed was planted. We created in 1994, as I said. We used it as a conditioning drill and exercise for years.
Okay.
In 2014, we trademarked it. We regulated it entirely, and we did 3 years of tests: US, Italy, Mexico. And after these 3 years of tests, last year, 8th of January 2018, we launched.
Okay.
And we went from 0 to over 3,000 athletes in Italy, Mexico, Spain, and Dominican Republic. And
0 to 3,000.
Yeah, like this. We organized 3 tournaments. Now we're gonna have the 4th one. The first one was an international one. We had in Italy, Naples. We had a representative from Mexico, Spain, African country, and of course Italy. 8 teams in total competing.
Okay.
That was followed by another tournament in Veracruz, Mexico, in March. Playero, on the beach, a beach version in July, and now we're gonna have another tournament where the US will participate. So wow. It's all good. And people like it because it's the only competitive team sport which is mandatory coed that guarantees 100% of gender equality and where men and women can compete at the same level, same performance level. It's the only one in the world.
The thing I love about the sport, Max, is that it's all built on teamwork.
Yeah.
You can't win without collaborating with your teammates. It's impossible. So the fact that it's co-ed, which means it's very inclusive, but the fact that it's no superstars on the team, everybody has to be involved in order for the team to win. Now, Romone, how did you get involved? Obviously, you've been involved a lot about finances and sports, and you bridged that to kind of build your passion in your company.
Yeah.
How did you come in to get involved with this excellent sport?
Yeah, that's a great question, Greg. For me, how we got involved initially.
Yes.
Max and I were at the gym, so it was fortuitous. We were at the gym at the same time, and I was working out with the players and talking to the players, and Max just, he just introduced himself to me and told me what he was doing and what he was working on in the States, and it sounded interesting. It sounded a little weird at first, but I just really felt like I related to Max, the person, first. And then when he told me about the sport, I wanted to learn more about it. And so Max gave me his card, and I gave him my card, and he emailed me, I believe, the same night about Fireball Extreme Challenge. And first of all, I thought that was pretty responsible of him to do. And then secondly, when I read about it and watched some of the videos, I was like, wow, this seems pretty interesting. And so we set up a time to have coffee and tea in the area, and then, everything happened from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful partnerships happen like that sometimes, just by happenstance. Obviously, I know you're trying to grow this sport, trying to get more people exposure to it. I saw some reports that you guys were down in Chicago in the inner city exposing some youth to it in the after-school program. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Well, that experience was a great experience, thanks to Romone, exactly. And we had a demonstration with the kids of the Peace Players.
Yeah.
Fantastic experience. They loved it. We left them some balls, some hats so that they can play and have fun with it. It's great because for at school levels especially, teachers don't need to divide classes. You just need a ball and you have people playing like this.
Wow.
And because it's based on teamwork and respect, this from the educational standpoint, again, it helps a lot. It puts the kids into a different perspectives in the sense that it gives them a different perspectives. Nobody here is a star. Nobody's better than another. We all count.
Wow.
Because in fireball you can hold the ball only for 2 seconds, and you have to pass it.
Wow.
And how it works is that every time you pass the ball, you make 1 point.
Okay.
So here we don't have a goal, we don't have a touchdown. You need to pass.
Right.
In other words, if you don't collaborate with your teammates, you're gonna lose.
Got it.
That's why they loved it.
Love
It was
it.
great. Chicago's gonna be.
I know that's your hometown.
Yes, yeah.
Ramon. How good did it feel to see some youth, obviously from a city that's experiencing some problems, violence, things of that nature, to bring a program to see some joy in the kids playing the sport that you brought to them? How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, that's another great question. First of all, it felt great being there because it wasn't so cold at the time.
Right.
So we got there at a good time. But it was awesome because I got to go back into my community where I grew up and where my parents grew up and bring a new sport to the community, and they loved it. They embraced it right away. They were focused, and like Max said, it was boys and girls at the same time. So I really loved that, and they were competing, having fun, asking questions. They had a chance to win some swag, some FXC swag,
Okay,
and more
okay.
importantly, we took some film, and then they also asked if they could play in it after we left. So we left them some FXC balls, and as you may know, we're doing our 2019 Pursuit Financial Excellence Weekend during the NBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago.
That's right.
So we'll also do demonstrations with FXC, so
Wow.
people will have a chance to watch it live.
Wow, wow, wow. This sport is growing faster and faster. Hey, check it out on YouTube, FXC, because talking about it is not really doing it justice. You got to see the sport in action. There's many videos on YouTube you can go watch. Max, tell me about kind of your initiatives and kind of bringing it here to the States. What are some things you're thinking about as far as bringing some exposure?
Yeah, well, we want to, with Romone, we were talking about introducing into schools, into the school systems
Yes.
as much as possible, organizing leagues, a couple of categories at least to start, teenagers and, sort of, I'm sorry, I'm Italian, so I'm not very, I don't know exactly like what, 10th graders? No, what is 10th graders? Whatever.
10th graders,
Like
well,
high school, so middle school and high
Middle
school.
school and high school,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
that's, sorry about that. And then take it from there. I mean, we'll see also with this, Romone is putting together a fantastic team to go to Veracruz to participate and win over there. They will be playing as a club and as the national US team. So there are 2 competitions there, and the idea is for the US to win them both. And that also could be used as a tool to promote the sport. It doesn't happen every day that you offer a chance to a group of athletes to go all expenses paid to a different country to represent your country in an international competition. So that's the main idea.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Ramon, tell me how you want to kind of blow this out and share this with the world, especially during All-Star Weekend where you have so many lights shining and a lot of exposure and a lot of athletes down there that can kind of help promote it as well.
Yeah, that and what you just said about the athletes, that's one way I think we could help or just promote the sport is sharing it with our athletes and having them look at it and even play it, right? Because once you play the sport, it's a different experience and it's fun and it's similar, for me, I play basketball, so it's similar to basketball and it's similar to other sports as well. So it's a lot of fun, it keeps you in shape, and you got to be on top of your game. I also like that there's a strategy component to it as well, so that really makes me happy to play it. And then even before our NBA All-Star Weekend events, like Max said, we're going to Mexico.
Yes.
So we'll have that tournament there, and that'll be, folks can watch that live.
Wow.
So that'll be great. And then we'll hopefully the U.S. will win the championship, and
That's right.
that'll create some excitement in the States. And then other than that, like Max said, we're going to create some leagues in Chicago and Washington, D.C., also New York. We'll continue to spread and just continue to play, and hopefully it'll spread by word of mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
As a coach, I got to tell you, I got an opportunity to play the sport, invited me out for a demo, and man, I was tired after about 5 minutes. This sport keeps you moving. There's no standing around at all. I mean, cardiovascular, you can get probably 15 minutes worth of this sport and cut down an hour worth in the gym. I mean, It's truly, truly amazing. And with the obesity challenges we face here in the U.S., I mean, this is a sport that should really, really take off. So as a coach, as a PE teacher, how can I get your sport in my school? How can I get your sport in my after-school program? How would I get in contact with you, Max?
Well, you can reach me at Max Bartoli at fireballsportfederation.com.
Yes.
And or you can just go on Fireball, www.fireballsportsfederations.com online and shoot us an email there.
Okay.
There are plenty of videos right there. Romone and I are available to talk to everybody, and if a school or a teacher wants it, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to bring it to you and to teach it to you, to form and to certify teachers and to give the tools to the kids to practice.
Awesome. Any last words, Romone?
No, just give it a shot. Just be open-minded and give it a shot. Watch some of the videos, and then if it's coming to your city, you should try to play it. Yeah.
Hey, I played it. You'll love it. Got to give it a shot. This sport is going to be worldwide pretty soon. So if you can get it exposed to your kids to it now, they'll have a leg up on the competition once it gets out there to everybody. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. District Sports Report. Before I go, got to give a shout to the Washington Mystics who ran it back, got that championship. Phenomenal job, ladies. Ella Deladon, the real MVP, played through injuries. Real proud of you. And as post Emma Messerman, very well deserved. Thank you for coming back from Belgium this year. You are a missing piece. Also got to give big shouts out to Washington Wizards, who will be starting their basketball season real soon. Hey, World Series, the Nationals, we did it, right? Keep on fighting, brothers. We're going to get it. District Sports Report signing off. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
FXC, Fireball, Extreme Challenge.